Solid team effort from the Flyers leads to a home and home win against the Lightning, and the Flyers creep further into the playoff picture. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Patrick Glenn, and welcome back to the channel. This is the Orange and Black Attack, and the Flyers come away with a solid team effort against the Tampa Bay Lightning in this game with a 3-1 win. Great game by the Flyers. They started out a little sloppy, but they got it going. They shut Tampa Bay down. What a hockey game. The Flyers are on a back with a back home and home with the Tampa Bay Lightning. They sweep both games. They are now closer to the playoffs. I believe they are 1 point behind the Detroit Red Wings. Well, got a good needed 2 points that they needed to get. And like I said, this is the Orange and Black Attack. Let's get into this. The Flyers strike first with a Sam Gagner goal as Ryan White takes a shot, falls right in front, and Gagner gets his stick on it. It was pushed in by a Tampa Bay Lightning player, but the Flyers do strike first, and they give the goal to Sam Gagner, and the Flyers are leading 1-0. They would hold that lead going into the second period, and the Flyers would that goal was on the power play no less, and the Flyers on both their chances in this game would score on the power play as the second goal of the game. What a blast by Matt Reed as he finds with a screen in front. Matt Reed fires a blast past Ben Bishop, and the Flyers take a 2-0 lead. Not much longer. Braden Shen, this kid is Braden Shen's been hot. Uh, he puck gets bounced around off the boards. Shen finds it. Ben Bishop tries to go poke check it away. Boom, wrap around by Shen. Braden Shen puts the Flyers up 3-0 at the end of the second period. The Flyers in the second period scored 2 goals on their first 4 shots. Tampa Bay they tried to make a game of it, but the Flyers were just good defensively in this whole game. I mean, like I said, they struck twice on the power play. There are only 2 chances they had. Uh, that was pretty much it for the scoring for the Flyers. Tampa Bay does get on the board late in the third period as they are able to get one past Steve Mason to make it 3-1. But the Flyers, like the first 15 minutes of the or first 10 minutes of the third period, Tampa Bay didn't have a shot. That's how well didn't have a shot on goal. That's how well the Flyers defense played in this game. Yes, Tampa Bay is able to get a goal. I can't remember who scored for them, but they are able to get a goal as the puck falls in front and are able to spin it past Mason, uh, stopping Mason from getting the shutout. But the Flyers do come away with the victory with a 3-1 victory. There were a lot of Flyers fans in the crowd at the ML Center in Tampa Bay. So the Flyers do come away with a 3-1 victory. They're making a push for the playoffs. I don't know if they're going to make it or not, but if they do, it'd be nice to see some Flyers hockey. But if not, hey, it's been a good, solid season so far. Hopefully they can get Jake Voracek back. He's still out. But the Flyers, their secondary scoring stepped up in this game today. Not a lot of both the stars didn't have to do much. Steve Mason played great. Expect Michael Neuwirth in the goal tomorrow night as the Flyers head to uh, Sunrise, Florida, to take on the Florida Panthers at 7 o'clock tomorrow on Comcast Sportsnet. At 7 o'clock on the on the East Coast, 4 o'clock for those who live on the West. Flyers have got a couple of back-to-backs coming up tonight against Tampa Bay, tomorrow against Florida, and then on Tuesday and Wednesday, Detroit comes to town. I believe Detroit comes to town. Yes, Detroit comes to town, and then they head to Chicago for the Wednesday night rivalry game against the defending Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks, who the Flyers did beat 3-0 earlier this year in a surprise win. But the team that the Flyers are chasing is coming up. They need to get these points, and they need to get at least 1 point out of the game tomorrow. If they can get 2, that bodes well. And Tuesday is a big game against Detroit because Detroit is one of the 2 teams that the Flyers are catching to get to the final wild card spot. But like I said in the past, if the Flyers do not make the playoffs, it's perfectly fine. They're right in the mix with with everything. So the Flyers come away again with a 3-1 lead, 3-1 win. Flyers again. My 3 stars of the game, Braden Shen, because his kid's been hot. Um, the game last week when I took my boy for his birthday, he scored a hat trick. Steve Mason is the 2nd star, and Matt Reed with his game-winning goal is the 3rd star. Flyers turn around once again tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, from against the Florida Panthers on Comcast Sportsnet. Hopefully they can come away with a win, and hopefully the ageless Jaromir Jagr doesn't kill the Flyers. He's always played well against the Flyers. So turn around, Flyers versus Panthers tomorrow, 7 o'clock on Comcast Sportsnet. And like I always say, good night and good hockey.